Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the seventh episode of the poofcast. My name is Byron. I'll be here by myself today, and I'll be talking about using dating apps to, find partners, or if you're using it for hookups. So, uh, the first little thing I want to say is I asked some friends about this because it's been a while since I've used dating apps, and when I used it, I didn't really have much interest in it in the first place, so I didn't really do too good on it, I guess. Uh, but my friends recommend using Bumble and Hinge for actual relationships if that's what you're looking for. And they said Tinder is more for hookups or whatever, but I've seen people say, Tinder found them their long term relationship, or they had good luck with using Tinder for a relationship. So it's up to you, your experience, but that's just what I've heard from some friends. Um, so I wanted to start off with saying that, you know, obviously, everybody's going to have a different experience with these dating apps, and, you can't really say that you're going to expect one thing to for sure happen because, there's a lot of different things that go into people choosing who they want to date or who they're interested in for whatever reason. And so, one big contrast that I find or I've seen is that girls tend to have an easier time matching with people than guys. And that's not really like a awful thing or whatever because it just means that guys are, swiping right on girls more, or girls are swiping right on girls more than guys. Uh, but what I've noticed is that although that is true, uh, all of those matches don't really lead to anything, unless they're like into polygamy or they're into just casual dating. They're not going to have multiple partners at the same time, so only a few of those matches will actually matter in the end. But I wanted to say for the people who struggle to find matches, because it's not, restricted to guys who have problems with finding matches, don't let it really discourage you or shy you away from trying to date. There could be nothing wrong with you. You could be like a 10 out of 10 perfect person, but it's hard to express that over the limited amount of information or the limited exposure that you can get on a dating app. So, if you're having trouble with dating apps or whatever, then it just might not be for you. But if you still want to give it a shot, I have some do's and don'ts from my time using dating apps and some advice that my friends gave me. And so, uh, some things I wanted to say were to choose pictures that you're the main subject of. I know it's really easy to choose a group picture that you're in the background of because you think it's a good picture, but if it's hard to find out who the person in the picture is for the account or whatever, it could mean that someone would match with you thinking it was somebody else. Or I know in my personal experience, there have been a few people that posted pictures with their friends for every single one of their profile pictures. And I mean, if you want to do that, then go ahead. But I've usually swiped left on those people. I think that's the way to say that you don't like them. But uh, it's just because if I can't figure out who you are based off of your profile and your pictures and stuff, then, you know, I don't want to have to dig deep and find out. Because if I swipe right on you and it's not the person I was interested in, I feel like that would, be more damaging to their self-image than anything. But if you're struggling to find the pictures that you do want to include on this account or whatever, or you're harder on yourself than you probably should be, there's no harm in asking friends for advice on what pictures you should pick. Like, you can send them a bunch of pictures and ask them to pick the best ones out, and those are the ones that you'll put on your profile. And I say this because, you can be a little hard on yourself, or you may, like, be, like, all over yourself and love yourself. And so it may be hard to choose pictures, but I feel like your friends know what would be the best representation of you and what would help you kind of attract more people to your profile, I guess. Uh, Also, I know it's not required, and some people skip out on it. Some people make bios and they do terrible at it, but make sure you have a bio, because I know a lot of people swipe left instantly when they don't see a bio. Some people don't really care, but I know when I was on Tinder and Bumble, when people didn't include anything besides their pictures and the required information that you have to give, I'd swipe left most of the time because I just thought they were a bot, or you know I was like, if they don't really care to expand on anything, then what am I gonna do if we end up matching? It's like, I don't know what to talk about, or I don't have anything to really work off of. Also, when you're writing your bio, don't go overboard. Like, don't write out like your entire life story in your bio. Don't include too much information in your bio, because it could kind of make people like shy away from you. Like, if they don't like one or two things in your bio, that could be relatively small in the big picture of your life, but since you include it in your bio, they see that it's a thing, and so they have a problem with it, and they won't give you the chance because, maybe you smoke weed or something and they don't like smoking, but you don't really care to smoke all the time and you're not really a pothead, but they think you are because you included it in your bio. But also, if you're like a fan of like a show or something, it's okay to include that if that's like a big part of your personality. But I know a big like stereotype on Tinder is that uh, people have office quotes in their bio, or their gym looking for their Pam, or Pam looking for their gym, or whatever. And if you want to find someone that's an Office fan, then that's good. But if you don't care about The Office that much, or if you just put it in there because you thought it was funny or clever, you should probably like take it out, because a lot of people are just like, I don't want to say tired of that show or anything, but it's like such a common thing that it's kind of I guess embarrassing for some people, or not embarrassing, but it just makes them turn away from a profile. Also, I've heard people complain about people saying they're like a fur parent or like a dog parent or something, and it's okay to have your dog included in your profile if you have a dog, or just any pet in general. But if you like center your profile around the fact that you have an animal, it could like I don't know, make people turned off for whatever reason. Maybe they don't like pets, or maybe they think that if your pet is like a big part of your personality, you might not have much else there. But yeah, and I'm trying to think of some other stuff people have said like turns them off from like matching with people. Oh, don't go on dating apps looking for friends unless it's like a dating app with a section specifically dedicated to finding friends. Like, I know Bumble has that, but if you're on Tinder and your bio is looking for friends, you're just wasting other people's time, because, you know, some people swipe without really reading bios or anything. And so if they swipe to match with you and you match with them, and then it says you're just looking for a friend, but they didn't read that before, they're going to be annoyed. You're going to be annoyed. Everybody's time was wasted. And that's not to say that it's impossible to find friends on Tinder or to make friends on Tinder, but it's a real big inconvenience to people that are looking for, something else. Uh, Also, in your bio, I know I just said don't put looking for friends or whatever, but be honest about what your intentions on the app are, because if you match with somebody and they're not really matching with you for the same reason you're matching with them, you guys are both going to be a little annoyed about it. Like I said before, somebody matches with you not expecting someone to be on a dating app looking for friends, and you guys are both kind of annoyed by it because you want to be their friend, they want to be more than a friend, or they want something more than what friends are giving each other. So basically, just kind of be open about what you're looking for. Maybe if you're looking for a friend, use something dedicated to looking for friends. uh, and I said it before, but don't really let your lack of matches, if you have a lack of matches, get you down. Dating apps aren't the end all be all for finding love, but it's like not like super common or whatever to find the love of your life on a dating app. It might soon be because of us moving more towards digital stuff, but it's not the only way to find a match or find a person that you like. There's always people in real life that you can just meet any day if you have the opportunity. Maybe not now because of COVID, but whenever things are kind of more under control. Also, have standards, but don't be like super picky, I guess. Like, if you have a problem with like one thing about somebody, don't just swipe left on them, because they could be more like a way better person than you're expecting, and that one thing that kind of bothers you could not be like that serious to them. They wouldn't mind like you know not doing it or whatever. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but don't be like this, like you're looking for the perfect person on there, because nobody's perfect in general. And if you go into a dating app expecting to find perfect people, or to find people that have everything together, then you're probably looking in the wrong place. uh but that's not to say like you can't have standards, or you can't like not like people for certain stuff, because like if something is a deal breaker for you, then don't kind of give up on it because you're having a hard time finding matches or something. Just kind of be realistic. Like, if for some reason you hate the color blue and they wore the color blue in one of their pictures, don't swipe left on them just because of that picture. They could want to not take pictures. I mean, they could not want to wear blue or anything anymore if you have a problem with it. But yeah. Also, when you do match with people, or when you do have matches, or when you're matching with someone, don't lead them on if you kind of realize you're not interested anymore. Like, I know you probably could be having like a hard time telling them how you feel or whatever, or that you're not interested, but it's way better to just be honest with them than kind of dragging it on, because they could be thinking everything is going great, and you could be thinking the exact opposite. And so whenever it does end up with a ghosting, which it usually leads to, it could do more damage than help for the both of you, I guess. uh Also, don't troll people, or don't match with people for facetious reasons. Like, if you're matching with someone just because you see that they have something, like if you like their dog or something, don't just match with them for that, because you're probably not the only person who likes their dog, and the only person who matched with them to say they had a nice dog. And if someone's constantly getting that or whatever, they could end up having hurt self-esteem, because they feel like people only like them because of their dog, and they're nothing outside of their dog. And don't troll people. Like I said, it's okay to make jokes and stuff, but don't be like harmful to, or like mean to people, because everybody has feelings. People don't go on dating apps to get like violated or whatever. uh Also, be honest about the stuff you put in your bio and stuff. Like, if your name is Gloria, don't put your name as Alicia on the dating app for whatever reason. If you're 25 years old, don't put your age as 22, because if you match with someone and you guys are like actually working out and stuff and everything's going great, if they found out you were lying about some basic information like that, that could be a deal breaker for them. And on top of that, it's like misleading if they match with you and your information is incorrect, or you're not even the person that you are in the pictures that you posted. They could be really disappointed, and that could like hurt your self-esteem when they don't want who you actually are. Also, don't overthink like messages you send people. It's easy to, especially since you don't have to respond right away, or not everybody has to, or like you guys could be waiting for the first person to send a message. Don't overthink it. Like, just try to be like natural, or you don't have to be like the best ever. Whenever you're sending your first message, you could save whatever misstep you have with some other stuff down the line. But also, don't be like abrasive or like aggressive or anything with it if you're not gonna think about it, because that could also turn people off. And like I've been saying, I think I've said it multiple times, but don't be discouraged if it doesn't go well. There's other avenues to find people, and our dating pool and everything isn't limited to who we can find on Tinder, Bumble, and everywhere. Like, I was using Tinder, Bumble, and everything up until the week before I started dating my current girlfriend. And since I wasn't having a great time on those apps, I thought, it was the end of the world. I'd never find a girlfriend, and blah, 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 blah. But then, sure enough, I found my girlfriend, and we started dating. But, also, if you do match with someone and you guys decide to go on a date or something, that might be a little more complicated now because of social distancing and everything. But make the first time you meet this person a public thing. Like, don't like broadcast it to the world, but meet with them in a public space. One, because it's creepy if you tell someone, hey, come over to my house or something, or to go over to their house, unless the intention is literally to hook up. If it's for a date, then go somewhere in public so everybody can be comfortable. And if you're nervous about something, or they may be nervous about something, you can always just kind of leave. Like, obviously announce to them that you're going to leave, but it's easier to leave when you're not pressured because you're in like a private space. And yeah, I mean, that's all I can really think of for now. But my friends wanted me to tell you, Bumble's not for shy girls, because you have to message first on there if you're a girl. But it is good for ego boost, as are most dating apps. Remember, dating apps can be toxic, so if you're not willing to deal with some like assholes, or if you're not willing to kind of get your feelings hurt every now or then, or get humbled once in a while, it's probably not meant for you. And just stay optimistic. Don't let a few bad experiences get your head down and make you want to shy away from something forever. That's probably good advice for more than just dating apps, but just, don't shut down if something doesn't go the way you expect it to go. Things change over time, and the more you experience, the better you'll get at stuff. Even if it doesn't seem like it, you're getting better at it because you have experience of what to do and what not to do, what works and what doesn't work. And also, what may work for one person doesn't work for another person. So if somebody's telling you all the stuff that they're doing and you're doing the same thing but it's not working, don't just assume that it's because, you know, they're more desirable than you or anything, or they're like a better person than you or anything. It could just be that they're more knowledgeable about what they're doing and how it works out and everything than you are, and it's more on par with what their personality is. And it could just be that the people that they're looking for, or the reason they're using the app, it's beneficial for them to act the way they act on the app or do the stuff they do on the app. So just know there's no perfect way to use it. I even gave you guys advice. That advice may not be relevant to what you plan to do on dating apps or whatever, or what you use dating apps for. So just know everybody's different. Find what works for you. If some of the stuff that I said not to do works for you, then so be it. But I was just speaking from my experience, my friends' experiences, and what I just know about dating apps in general. Before I close out, I wanted to say thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys can share this with someone that may be struggling with dating apps, or with someone that's looking to use one for the first time. Or even if you're one of those people, I hope you can find it useful and it's not detrimental to your success with using it. If you like this, like it, heart it on SoundCloud, follow us on Apple Podcasts, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. We're going to be giving you 2 podcasts a week. I know I said I was going to upload on Friday, but I also said don't hold me to that, because I could end up missing it, and I did, and I uploaded it today. I do plan to try to upload on Wednesdays and Fridays though. So if you guys have noticed, on like a Wednesday or a Friday, it's like during the day and there's no poofcast, just expect it the next day or sometime later in the week. And the giveaway is ending today. I'll be announcing the winners on Instagram like 2 hours after this goes live. So be on the lookout for that. If you're one of the winners, then congrats. If you're not, then I'm sorry. There will be more opportunities to win giveaways and to enter my giveaways and stuff. We just gotta hit more milestones, and other substantial stuff just has to happen. I'm not like made of money, so I can't just do this every week, or else I would. But I hope you guys found this episode nice and you guys enjoyed it. If not, then DM me and tell me what you think I can do better, or what you guys would like to hear about. And that should be all. So thanks for listening. See you guys on Wednesday. Love you. Bye.